Hello and welcome to my sunroom. It's me and Cami, and so Cam is being super needy, and I'm going to let her be super needy for a little bit, and just here, look at that. Oh yes, little Cami girl. Yeah, so she's been having a rough day because I've been actually trying to get work done, and I feel like if it takes me more than 5 minutes to do anything and she's not involved, she just kind of gets a little whiny. And I was sitting at my desk working, and Cam just couldn't handle it. She just couldn't handle it. She started crying for her supper at like 3:30 in the afternoon, and at my desk I sit on one of those like rolly chairs, and Cam kept putting her feet up and like pushing me. So yeah, I just have the feeling that she's being super needy. And so I'm going to cuddle with her for a little bit. But I thought I would share some of my most embarrassing stories. The reason why is, first of all, because I feel like my makeup looks cute today. So I feel like it's a good time to be on camera. But more importantly, I've been sick for like a week, and a laugh would be a nice thing to have right now. So, also, something specific happened today that reminded me of my embarrassing stories and made me think like, oh, I should tell that story because, yeah. So a little bit of background. I'm officially a 31-year-old lady as of a month ago. And so I'm much older and not necessarily wiser from when these embarrassing stories happened, but still, I'm old enough now that I can look back at it and laugh instead of actually being mortified, which I was at the time. So yeah, let's start with, I feel like this is, oh, no, we should go in like chronological order. So when I was a little kid, I'm talking like first grade, second grade kind of times, I had a best friend who was like my boyfriend, and his name was Adam, and we used to hang out. His dad drove an ambulance, so we used to hang out at what was called the squad building, and it's basically the building where all of the ambulances just like hang out when they're not being used. Like, they don't sit at the hospital. They were on a street that's a little ways away from the hospital. And yeah, so we hung out there all the time. And it was actually like you could walk through the back of the squad building lot and walk to the elementary school. So we just used to like play there all the time and get into trouble. And it was close enough to home that I could actually walk there, or I could get a ride there, and it would only take 2 minutes for my parents to take me there. So we used to play, me and Adam used to play these games like dinosaurs, and we used to like, I don't even remember what we did, but we just like ran amok and had so much fun. And so one of these days where we were running around the squad building, playing around the ambulances, playing with each other, probably playing dinosaurs. And also Adam and I used to like peck. And I feel embarrassed because I feel like I was highly sexualized from like a very young age, where I just like, now that I'm 31, I look back on the past 20 years of my life and I'm like, why was I always around boys? Like, what's wrong with you? Why? So on this particular day, Adam and I were running around outside playing, and I peed my pants a little, and I was wearing like little jean shorts, and so I was really embarrassed, and I like peed a little more because we were just like laughing or something, and So I peed my pants, and that's kind of the first embarrassing thing. But I went into the bathroom at the squad building, and I looked, and it wasn't just my underwear that was wet. Like, I had a pee mark in my shorts, and the denim, you know, shows the wetness. And I was really embarrassed. But I took off my shorts, and I ran them under the water, not just to rinse out the pee. Like, the purpose was not to rinse out the pee. The purpose was to get my entire pair of shorts wet so that they would be the same color. And you wouldn't be able to see the pee spot because all of my shorts would be wet. And then I remember just like putting my shorts back on and running around with wet shorts and just playing with them. And then I'm pretty sure at one point we were like under, I think this is maybe the same day, I don't know, but like we were under a cot in the squad building because the people who worked on the ambulances would go like sleep in there when they're on their shifts or whatever. So we were like on the floor under a cot, and my dad came to pick me up, and I remember like seeing his legs from under the cot and like climbing out. My shorts were still wet, and it was just like, again, I really wish at the time like I was just trying to rinse out the pee so it wouldn't be like walking around in shorts with pee, but I only rinsed them so you wouldn't be able to see a pee spot. And I feel like the logic was there, but I just walked around with wet shorts. Like, no one would notice that wet shorts were... Yeah, I thought that was, like, a better alternative to having a pee spot would just be to walk around with fully soaked denim shorts. So that's what I did. I also am realizing that a majority of my, like, really embarrassing stories have to do with something bathroomy. So please, if that's going to gross you out, or if you're going to think I'm a gross person because I have bodily functions, just let it go, click away. But yeah, we're going to keep going. So, all right. So that was me at like, I don't know. How old are you then? 8, 10? I don't really know how ages work. I know that I could like do the math, but I know you get out of high school at like 17, 18, and then minus some years, and so maybe I just like, I can't, the math just isn't easy for me right now. So, okay, so now imagine me, I'm 18 years old, so this is maybe like, 7, 8 years later, and I had just gotten to college, and the beginning of my college experience was fine. Actually, I have 2 stories from my freshman year of college. If you know me in real life, or if you don't, I don't drink alcohol at all. I've never been drunk. I actually have tried alcohol several times. I just don't think it tastes good, and I don't really want to feel drunk. So, I've tried alcohol, so I would say, like, now as an adult, now that I'm 31, maybe last year, I got, like, a little bit buzzed trying tequila, and I didn't like the feeling, so I'm going to continue to not drink alcohol. So, when I tell you I have, like, embarrassing stories from my freshman year of college, none of them are related to alcohol because I just didn't drink. They're just related to me being stupid. So I get to college, things are fine. I was dating this guy from my high school who is like the worst, used to be the worst match for me. Now I've realized there are much worse matches out there. But he dumped me like 2 weeks into the start of college. And I wasn't super upset about that because I had laid eyes on Patrick, who, spoiler alert, we ended up dating for like 10 years. Maybe like 9.5, but anyway. So I was completely obsessed with him, and I thought he was the greatest, and so I would hang out with him in his apartment all the time, like watching anime, and we used to watch this show called Bleach, and he got me, for my 18th birthday, he got me he had burned the first 100 episodes for me on like DVDs for me to watch. So it's just one of those days where I went down and I was hanging out in his apartment and watching anime or whatever. And I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to use the bathroom. Oh, but yeah. This is the other thing I was going to say. I was completely and totally obsessed in like probably an extremely unhealthy way. But oh man, not all of them. Many of my embarrassing stories also include boys for some reason. I don't know what my issue is. So I just imagine like I'm 18. I've got goo like heart eyes for this guy. He's like 23 or 24. So to me, he's like this exotic older man. And I'm hanging out in his apartment. I have to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom and everything comes out fine. But I had to go number 2. So I did. And I finished and life was good. And I went to flush the toilet and wash my hands. And when I finished washing my hands, I looked over in the toilet and there was a little floater in the toilet still. So I was like, well, we can't have that. So I flushed again, thinking, okay, well, this is going to go away and everything's going to be fine. And it didn't go down. It was like a buoy in the bowl. And I was starting to panic and like get like panic sweats because at this point I'm in this guy's bathroom. I'm completely head over heels for him, like goo-goo level obsession. And I'm starting to think like, oh, is he going to think it's weird that I'm in his bathroom like flushing so many times? And I also think like for me, like as I was younger, I was a lot more like obsessed with myself. So I was thinking like everyone would notice the things I was noticing. So I think I tried flushing it again. And like this little nugget of hope was just hanging out. So it wouldn't flush, and I had 2 choices. I probably had more choices. I don't know what was going on. I could have just like told him what was going on and said like, I'm trying to flush, but this isn't going down and I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. I'm pretty sure I like put a bunch of like toilet paper in the bowl too to like weigh down this like floating, just like this little meatball of doom. I couldn't like, there was no way it was going down. So I'm panicking because now I've been in the bathroom for like way too long. I've flushed like 3 times. The movie or the show we were watching was probably paused, so I'm thinking like, oh, he's waiting on me. I don't know what to do. So what I chose to do, I fished my little floater out of the toilet and I wrapped it in toilet paper and I hid it in the trash. Let me just say, like, right now I have cats. There's 2 cats in this house. I have Cammy and I have these 2 cats. And every so often, which is pretty regularly actually, the cats will take a dump. And the litter box is now down here. Like it's on this floor in the bathroom over here. So I'll be in the kitchen and the half bath is down here. And I just catch a whiff of like filth and cat poo. And it smells so disgusting. It just like permeates the whole floor of the house and it, you go clean it up and everything. And I just feel like, basically, I hid my turd in the garbage can and then just like left and went back out and acted like everything was fine. I probably lied and said my stomach was bothering me or something, and kept on keeping on. To this day, I do not know whether Patrick ended up smelling the gift I left in there and like discovering what it was, or whether he just like bagged up his trash at the end of the week, threw it out, none the wiser. I still don't know. And I don't know, I don't think I ever told him that story. I'm pretty sure I never told him that story, even after like dating for forever. But I remember that story all the time. Like anytime a toilet like doesn't flush, I'm like, remember that time I thought it was a good idea to like remove my droppings from the toilet and put them in a trash can. Like, there's a reason for the water bowl. It's not just to, like, I mean, it keeps the smell from just being, like, in the air. I still don't know. I have no idea whether he found it. He never said anything to me. So it could have been the case that, like, he was, like, counting the people who had come into his apartment to think, like, who left me this turd nugget in my trash? And why is there a piece of poop in my trash can? I don't know. It makes me feel so stupid, but also just like, that's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny to me that like, I didn't have another plan. I mean, I think I thought about like taking it and like going to the bathroom like down the hall outside of his apartment and like flushing it there. I feel like that was a consideration. But like just imagine me with like the math face. Just like trying to figure it out. And what I came up with was bloop. And so I can't remember right now how I got it out of the toilet, but basically there's a pretty good chance that I just barehanded a turd in my past. That just gives me the giggles. And yeah, I like didn't tell anybody about it, and it was just mortifying. But now it's freaking hilarious. So the other stupid story I have from being a freshman, and oh my god, just being like this young dummy that I was walking with my friend Emily, and I was wearing a cowboy hat because I was 18 and I guess I wanted attention, so I was just wearing a cowboy hat around to get attention probably. And we were walking and talking, and like I really liked Emily, like we had vibed a lot, and I just thought she was like the greatest. She was my best friend in college, and we're walking and chatting, and at the time there were a few people, only boys obviously, who were calling me cowgirl because of the hat, and I liked the attention. That's probably the more embarrassing thing, was that like I was an 18-year-old who just wanted attention. And so I wore a cowboy hat. Like, I should have just worn a jester hat, because, oh my god, what a fool. So Emily and I are walking across this, like, field to get back to our building, or to get somewhere. And I've got my cowboy hat on like a freaking idiot. And up top of the hill, there were two guys. Oh my god, can I remember who it was? I feel like he had red hair. And I feel like I liked him. Like, as a person, I thought he was a nice person. Oh my gosh. I don't remember who it was. I wish I could, but I have such a crap memory. From up the hill, a guy yelled out, "Hey, cowgirl!" And to my delight, I was like, "That's me! I'm getting attention!" So my dumbass turned around, took off my hat, waved it around for whoever was yelling down to me, and I was like, "Oh God, I'm so cool, look at me." I turned around to keep walking with Emily, and I walked into a tree. Like not even just like a regular tree, but like a pine tree. I was like so trying to be like cool. I turned around and I walked into a tree. I was just like, oh my God, did I deserve that? Oh my gosh. It cracked me up so hard because I was so into myself. Like I thought I was the coolest thing, and I just like responded to this person who was giving me attention. I was all excited about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, look at me, I'm so cool." Turn around, boom, I'm in branches. And it was just so embarrassing. I felt so stupid. And it's like, I don't know if it's worse to like do it in front of somebody who like you like and think is cool. But like we hadn't known each other for a super long time because it was still my freshman year of college. So we'd known each other for maximum like a few months. So like here I am just like being a complete idiot in front of this person that like I wanted to be genuine friends with. Not like, oh, I want your attention, but like, hey, we're connecting. Oh, there were just so many levels of embarrassment that it was like instant karma. It was like I thought I was the shit, and then I walked into a tree. And I feel like I truly deserved that. I feel like I really, truly deserved that. Yep. So, like, again, now it's like 13 years later. So now it's just really funny to me. And I'm just like, dude, you were really pathetic and embarrassing. Okay. I'm not yawning on purpose. It's pitch black outside. What time is it right now? 7:30? And I guess you can see, it's pitch black. It's not time to be sleepy, but here we are. Cam's sleeping. I think that makes me tired too. Hey, it's Alycia again. I'm editing this video in bed a couple days later, and I actually have another 20 minutes of embarrassing stories that I share in the same session, but editing is taking a super long time. I'm really happy with the editing. I think it's really cute to like bloop in all the fun stuff, but it does take a super long time, and it's going to take longer for the video to render. So I'm actually going to go ahead and stop the video here and leave it at that. And if you would like to see part 2 of my embarrassing stories, please let me know because I would be very happy to do the editing process further for the second half. If you're interested, I really hope this made you laugh. I desperately needed a laugh today. And laughing at myself it feels pretty good. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, please let me know if you're interested in seeing part 2. And I'll catch up with you guys later. Thanks again.